Now then, incredible changes happen in your life when you decide to take control of what you have power over instead of craving control over what you don't. Now, the reason for this, because I was thinking about it over the weekend, there's so much change going on in the world. Some of it's not great, to be fair. And one thing after another, it seems to me, sometimes on the news. And, politicians of various different stripes can decide to do things. And it almost feels like, it's like a swirling around us. So I think it takes a bit of, right, okay, I can't control any of that. Most of us do not have, our hands on the levers of power or the economic cycle or what Donald Trump decides or decides not to do. It's out of our hands. So there's no point even worrying about it in that sense. I'm not saying don't be misinformed or uninformed. Clearly, we want to be informed of what's going on in the world. But I'm saying is don't fret about it if you can't control it. It's that kind of thing. Why are you worried about things you can't control? Worrying is a waste of energy because it's kind of like thinking about the future without kind of getting ourselves into a state. So only concentrate on the things you can control. So ask yourself, what are the things in my life that aren't cool, that are maybe that I want to take control of and change? Because we can only change the things in our own lives. We can't change for other people. No one can go back and make a brand new start, but everyone and anyone can start right now and make a brand new ending. So I think this is interesting. This is kind of like a truism of personal development, coaching, NLP, but personal development generally. You are where you are. We've all got a history, but we don't want to live in our history. We want to live out of our imagination. The old Covey thing that I'm forever saying and referencing. So you can't go back and change it. It's there. But it's gone. We learn from the past. We don't let it rule our lives. And so, okay, what's the new ending? What's the direction? Where do we want to go? That's the question we want to ask ourselves. Now, as I've already said, we live in a time of a lot of change. I was reading a thing, was it yesterday or Friday, about the power of AI. In fact, so those of you who follow me on LinkedIn will see that photograph mocked up. I mean, AI created photograph of Tom Cruise endorsing the college. Now, I've never met Tom Cruise. He doesn't know who we are. He hasn't obviously endorsed us. But the power of this AI to create that realistic, I mean, talk of realistic. In fact, some people thought it was him, which was interesting. People said, how did you meet him? I said, well, I never met him. So, we live in a time of massive change. So change is the law of life. Those who only look to the past or present are certainly to miss out on the future. So we want to be in the moment, but we don't want to get lost in the moment. We certainly don't want to live in the past. We want to be thinking about the future. But what the future we want. Remember the things that we can control. That's what we're really thinking about here. And I really like this, and it's a similar kind of quotation to a Jim Rohn quotation that I often reference. If you don't make time to work on creating the life you want, so, work, creating, those words together, the life that you want, you're eventually going to be forced to spend a lot of time dealing with the life that you don't want. So there's something interesting about that. If you don't like the life that you're finding yourself in, where you live, the people you're hanging out with, the work that you're doing, it's not, then maybe you need to do something about it. That's what this is. So you got to put in the time and the work. The word here is the work. It's not just going to happen. And I really like this. The swiftest way to triple your success is to double your investment in personal development. But then I know what you're going to say. Oh, Tony, you would say that. But yes, I would. So, the swiftest way to double your success, to triple your success, is to double your investment in personal development. And there's no better way of doing that than thinking about your philosophy for success. And I've said time and time again, using the presuppositions as a building block of building a real sense of, I know I can make a better tomorrow. I totally believe it. And using those presuppositions, no failure, only feedback, etc., etc. We've talked about them many, many times before. But that's just the bedrock. That's just the foundation, remember, to create success. We also use the 4 pillars from NLP, rapport, being in rapport with ourselves as well as our environment. And if we're out of rapport with ourselves, that's a problem. We need to do some work on that, hence the personal development. If we're out of rapport with our environment, with other people, Maybe it's the wrong environment and they're the wrong people. Or is it a case of looking in the mirror and going, okay, I'm the issue here. I need to do some work on me. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. And then we're outcome focused. We're focusing on the future. What is it you want? What is it you want? Acuity, we see what's really there, the opportunity before us. We're not getting blinded by all that that we can't control. And we're flexible in how we approach this particular future and outcome. So again, I've say it a lot of times, but it's because it works for me, it works for my clients, and I know it'll work for anybody watching this video.